Hey, what's up guys, WhirlXbow back here, and today, you know it, we're back on that odd warrior grind. I'm sorry if I sound a little fucked today. I am insanely tired. I don't know why, possibly because I didn't sleep that much, but I'm just like really fucking tired. So if I sound a little like zonked slash like depressed, that's why. Anyways, I don't really have anything else to say besides let's just hop right into it. Alright guys, I'll see y'all there. Okay, so this is most likely a zoo deck. Reckless Fear is actually fairly good against zoo, so is Quartermaster. Oh my god, worst card to draw in their deck. Feels bad. It's actually kind of fucked how bad this card is to draw in the early game, especially against an aggro deck. Where like, oh, that's super big. Where like every card counts against aggro, right? And this is just like, I'm playing with 2 cards in my hand. It would have been worse if I would have also drawn like Silas, Boom, Elysiana, Baku. But, like already it's still like really fucking bad. That's arguably the best turn 1 possible in his deck, so this one's not looking too great, boys. Yeah, this one, I mean, if he floods the board here and he trades into this, I guess Reckless Fury does wipe. Of course not. Alright. When you contest the board, that's actually so good for him though. That's so unfortunate for me. Was he like just hits, he drops a Doomguard on turn 5 and I take 8 to the dome. That's super unfortunate. I need to have like a lot of armor at this for like Reckless Fury, but at the same time I need a lot of armor to survive. It's kind of weird. Yeah, that's actually really good. I guess the play here is just Reckless, right? I can't even Reckless. Lol. Okay, well, this at least lets me trade. We're just hoping that the race doesn't get that back. Because that's like an extra board that we can't really deal with that easily. But for now, I mean, things are looking like things definitely could be worse. Those are both Soulfires gone. I was really expecting him. He wants to like lose this somehow. Do I flurry this? I think I have to flurry this. He gets 2 things back, but that's only really bad if he top 6 exactly Doomguard here. Or if he has a Doomguard in hand. So my guess is this is the only reason he went for that I was about to say. As long as he just doesn't top deck that 1 card. Then he went and did it. This fucking mad lad. Oh, I love drawing fake cards. Our hand currently has 3 dead cards in it. Like, we're actually playing a game with 2 cards in hand, kinda. Not even 3, lol. If I was half as good as this player was, I would be #1 legend. Straight up. No cap. So fucking bad. I just drew hot fucking garbage this game. Let's fucking BM. 10 plus 6. I do this. That puts me up. Oh, I'm still dead. Oh, that's so fucking bullshit. Legitimately God drew. I hate Zoo so fucking much. That game I just feel like there was nothing we could have really done. Like, that's the one really weak thing with this deck, is that there's so many dead cards in the aggro matchup like cards you kind of have to play for control matchups, they're just super dead, right? The Silas combo is your main win con against something like a Res Priest or Combo Priest, but it's so bad if you hit any pieces of it during aggro matchups, except for the slams, but you're playing those either way, right? Same thing with Elysiana. It's like your best way to beat most slower decks because you just put more cards in your deck. If you draw that against aggro, it's almost like an instant lose because you're playing, again, it's like not drawing a card that turn. Same thing for Boom. But then like the opposite is true where Sword and Board is like not drawing a card against a control deck. It's the one thing that makes this deck really weak is that you have polar draws where it's like either insane in the matchup or it's like I drew no removal against aggro or I drew every single bit of removal against control type thing. Anyways, let's just skip the next one and let's not let this loss bring us down. Alright guys, I'll see y'all there. Alright, an actual matchup that we have a possibility of winning. I guess you can keep the Rover in this matchup. No, I want to just hit. I'm basically just pressing hero power every single turn of the game. Like, see, both of these cards are super dead in this matchup. Like, actually fucking awful. But in the aggro matchup, these cards are almost necessary. It's so... If we had this hand against aggro, I feel like we would have had a much higher win rate against that Zoo player than the hand we did have. Because, like, both of these are, like, not good, but if they have Hand of Gul'dans, right? They'll have a whole bunch of cards in hand, so you actually will be able to burn cards and draw yourself cards with these. This card is just insane against aggro, right? His Kenrith on turn 2 that dealt me fucking 12 damage would have died on turn 2. Or his Kenrith on turn 1, I could have just Sword and Boarded it, right? But instead I drew, like, Elysiana and Ashtongue, which is, like, just super bad draws. Again, here you just want to hero power every single turn that's possible. The reason you hero power here and not just Sword and Board it right away, because next turn I get a hero power plus the Sword and Board, which will net me an additional 2 armor. Yeah, so if I would have Sword and Boarded here, I would have been at 2. This would have brought me up to 6, but now I'm at 8. So it nets me 2 extra armor waiting a turn. Things like that is how this deck are really, like, when you start getting down to like the super nitty gritty of Odd Warrior, it's legitimately just maximizing how much armor you can gain in every single matchup. Because even in combo druid or combo priest, right, we're not playing a combo cards or ways to actually beat them, right? Just because you don't really have access to those unless you're like a Highlander deck. They're just super bad to play. So your main win con against it is legitimately just to have more armor than they have damage. It's very hard because it's like 70 plus health that you kind of have to have, but it also depends. Like, yeah, this game is gonna be almost unwinnable because he has optimal curve. So yeah, and that's 2 turns I have not been able to armor in order to create tempo for me. But if he doesn't have death here, this is gonna like punish him really fucking hard. So you won't have an easy way to deal with this for the next 2 turns. But if he has death, I mean, I'm kind of just fucked. I mean, here there's just the hope and pray, right? Yeah, hope and pray. This could possibly burn Raza. No. That's super big for us. Yeah, he already drew his Kazakus, that means, since it didn't burn it. Yeah, that's super big, though. His deck now basically can't beat ours. We just legitimately hit the hero power button every single turn. Yeah. That's really fucking big, actually, like, ginormous. I don't know why he just slammed the Acro there. I feel like slamming Acro there is, like, super wrong and super greedy. I hate playing Acolyte in that deck for the sole reason that if you can't kill him yourself, it's super bad because you'll end up just burning cards. Unless you're sitting on 6 cards. And even then, if he had 6 cards, he would have still burnt his Raza. So it's, to me, it just seems dumb, but hey. Anyways, next game. Alright guys, I'll see y'all there. Oh, great. I have a sub 20% win rate in this matchup. I don't even know what I need to be looking for. Like, this matchup is so weird because there are like 3 or 4 different versions of the deck that run different secret packages that and different like curves. It's just like, I fucking hate, like, if there wasn't one class I would nerf in Wild over and over and over again, it would be Mage. I would honestly make it so Mage is just not meta ever. I fucking despise the class. Between the bullshit that they have with fucking Quest Mage being able to kill people on turn 6, like, consistently, to Secret Mage just legitimately being the boogeyman of the format. It's just not fun, in my opinion, to play in whatsoever. Or I would actually print like actual cards to deal with secrets. Because it just seems super unfair how the fact that there's actually only one class in the game that can easily deal with secrets. And there's no way for other decks to actually be able to deal with them effectively. Like, see, right now I'm in a really tough spot where I need to play around a counterspell, but I still want to do this. So I'm forced to throw away a shield slam here to play around counterspell, so I don't take too much damage. Yeah, and also I don't know whose idea was a 0 mana card that draws you 3, but whoever it was, I would fire. That it just doesn't make sense to me, honestly, how broken the new cards they printed for Secret Mage are. Like, people already complained about a 4 mana 7/7 in Shaman, right? Like, people were like straight up mad about it. And legitimately, they're just like, you know what? People didn't like that card, so let's print a better version of said card. Right? It just doesn't make sense. It legitimately just doesn't make sense to me. I think the armor here is better. I get to save this possibly to kill something bigger. But yeah, it just... I know it just sounds like I'm complaining because that is actually all I'm fucking doing. But legitimately, a 4 mana 8/8 is just like a step up from a 4 mana 7/7 with like a condition that's not hard at all to meet because you're playing a deck that plays so many secrets and there's so many ways to cheat them out. But hey. Oh, it wasn't counterspell. Fuck me. It's not counterspell, it wasn't that. So it can be Flame Ward, Rigged Games, or Ruins. Hoping the 3/2 survives here. Worst case scenario, the 5/5 survives. Or 5/3. That's good. My deck doesn't really play minions, so this means this kind of has to be Explosive Ruins or Flame Ward. The problem with it being Flame Ward is that I can't proc it whatsoever. So that's most likely counterspell now. I mean, let's test for Flame Ward first. Then they get cucked by Flame Ward, or by counterspell. Oh, it's not counterspell. That means it's Flame Ward Raid Games? Right? I'm dropping this here to have some amount of tempo. Like, the fact that he's drawn 9 cards more than I have, and he's sitting on 3 cards more, and what is this? At least I gotta burn cards with this, and I gotta draw myself cards. So that's fairly good for me. I don't even get a... I'm gonna burn 1 card now. That's fucking depressing. Like, actually dumb. I can't count mana, I guess. But like, yeah, I burn 1 card Fireball. That's such a bad burn. Like, that's one of those cards I can deal with. The problem is, like, I just really need to burn, like, Conjure, Cabal, Counterspell, or Cloud Prince / Fireballs. Those cards are just so hard to beat. There's so much tempo in 1 card. That's another Counterspell. I believe that's the last secret in his deck is Counterspell. It's dumb that the aggro deck has quite literally 8 times the amount of cards the control deck has in hand. And I hit a... Of all 6 shops I can evolve into, I was hoping that it wasn't that one. Because, like, any other 6 drop I was able to contest this and just punch this in the face. Now I can't. Like, he needs to protect us because it's his last secret. This is what makes this, like, roll super fucking bad. I guess I dropped this here just because I quite literally have nothing else to play. I guess Delivery Drone is semi-good. This does awake this turn, so hopefully, I mean, hopefully this can wipe his board, but I doubt it. Yeah, he has so many cards to play with this secret that he has 1 more of these and 1 more runner. Or Conjurer Color. Conjurer Color. Conjurer. Alright, hopefully all of these die. They can't all die, but I mean, we can hope. Of course, the 2 biggest ones stay alive. That's really good. He summons 2 4/4s here. Is what I'm predicting. So what's the cards he has left? Runner, Conjure, Valet, Mysteries. What are the last 2 cards? Fireball, Fireball? Yeah. That would be Mysteries. Or so Mysteries, Fireball, Fireball, the last cards he has in hand. I'm not mistaken. Okay. That play was just basically remove as many things off his board as possible, which is why I had to get rid of my Aten there. By the way, that Aten play is actually huge. We know he has 12 damage burst in hand. We know it for a fact. I think we should win here. Quite sure of it. Yeah, he has solely a draw card left in hand. Yeah. Hey, I guess it semi-improves my win rate against Secret Mage. That Silas deck was actually significantly bigger than I thought it would be. Because removing that 4/4, right, puts me up from 5. Which is, like, really, really big. It would actually, I would have been at 3. Which he could have raced me, theoretically, at 3. But at 5... No, what was that? At 9, he couldn't. Because he would die to fatigue by then. But, yeah, that was, like, actually, like, kind of like a 10,000 IQ move. Silas actually, like, might just be a good, like, tempo card. Because, like, with Boom, right? With your mechs having Rush, it can do, like, super broken shit like that. So, yeah, anyways. With that being said, though, let's just skip the next one. Alright, guys, I'll see y'all there. Okay. Another aggro matchup? Really? Forgetting that that's quite literally the only decks that actually exist in Wild at the moment. This hand actually looks fucking awful. Like at first glance, it looks fucking terrible. Yeah. So not used to seeing the sometimes I'm not used to seeing an odd warrior. It's just I'm not used to seeing at the start of the game two effects take place. I took a quick glance at it, I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And yeah, I'm just dumb. This hand is super fucking bad. I was actually contemplating putting in a whirlwind effect solely for this matchup, because I'm starting to realize that it's more popular than I thought it was, and it's really, really hard to win. Sword and Board would be an actual insane top deck depending on what he plays here. I get to my turn 4. On my turn 4, he's on 4 too, so okay. Because on my turn 4, I gotta drop this, which kills off most of his guys. I'm actually contemplating dropping Brann here. I have very few cards in my deck that combo really well with Brann besides Quartermaster right now in this matchup, because Coldlight just kind of does nothing. So I think doing this for tempo, because it's something that he's going to want to kill. So it's either going to force the 1 mana +3 attack here, or it's going to trade in 4 of his guys. If it trades in 4 of his guys, then he hero powers. It means that my turn next turn of coin Dyn-o-matic wipes his board, which is insane. So yeah. My guess is his hand's kind of like Garb, because he hasn't really been playing anything. Even if he plays his 1 health guys, right? So it's the things he got were like, yeah, that's fine. I gotta just drop this. Maybe he drops a Squire. Oh, fuck me. Well, sometimes lucky. Sometimes really fucking lucky. That's actually super big. I did have to throw away the coin, which kind of sucks, because the coin can be really, really good in this matchup. Now I can't win this matchup, I don't think, anymore. Or at least it's super fucking hard. Because that card is just insane. Very hard for us to deal with. Like, I mean, the effect afterward, not the card itself. The card itself is just a 5/5. But, yeah. This card's also surprisingly, like, a problem. Like, I didn't think that this card was going to be nearly as big as a problem as it was, or as it ends up being. But that in combination with this is just super dumb. I still understand why people play this fucking deck. Like, if I wanted to go to bed, maybe. Like, yeah, this deck just seems super fucking lame to me. Like, I see people play it and I just don't I should have bashed that 100%. That was the better play here. That was so fucking wrong on my part. Because now he just hero powers, drops Quartermaster, and I'm fucking dead. How the fuck am I supposed to be able to afford to 4/5 Divine Shields? Or he drops like his second muster, and I'm still like equally as fucked. This card's so good. But what I don't understand is why this card sees so much play and Hobgoblin didn't. I feel like Hobgoblin was +2/+2, right? So 1 attack minions, and all the minions you're buffing in this deck. And it also has it's a 3/2, or it's a 2/3 hog. Or Hobgoblin, which just means it dies less. So I don't understand why this one sees so much play in Hob. Maybe, I don't know the interaction between your hero power and Hob, but that was a dumb trade. Oh, he was still able to do that. That's why that works out. So I need to have exactly Brawl and have my 3/2 survive, or else I'm just fucking dead. That's not Brawl. Well, concede button, question mark? Actually the worst card in my deck. It's funny how bad this draw was. It does absolutely fucking nothing. Besides give him more gas to kill me with. Do you have the second Quartermaster? Because that would be very skillful of you. That's 22. I mean, I think I just lose this one. It's really hard to beat the redeemed guy on curve. Oh, Brawl or bust. Neither of those cards are Brawl. I don't know. Oh well. Oh well. You can't win them all. We have time for one more though, so that's fine. Well, our win rate kind of looks like dog shit. Okay. Yeah, let's just queue up the next one. Hopefully we queue into a matchup we can actually win. Alright guys, I'll see y'all there. Fucking Christ. I was really hoping to actually hit a good matchup, like another priest matchup as our last matchup. But no, the game's just like, you know what? Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy to hell. And now I'm crying myself to sleep because fuck me. Yeah, this hand's okay at best. This card would have been insane against the Pally. Not even, it didn't even wipe the board. It's so sad. I wish this card was better. Oh, by the way, I hope y'all have a drink. I got me more carbonated water because I've been drinking way more than a healthy amount of carbonated water. So he's gonna draw 3 here, but that's fine. I'm gonna take the tempo over preventing him from drawing 3. Because he's gonna draw 3 eventually. If it's not this turn, it's next turn. Yeah. It's the best turn one in his deck. But like legit, if I just went face here, he killed off my guy, and then or he played it on a 2-3, and then I hit him in the face again, and then he killed off my guy. So either way, it's not like I was gonna prevent him from drawing the 3. Sure, I let him play his turn slightly better now, but it also gives me more time to draw things like this. And also allows me to get a little bit more value out of my cards, I feel. Because this gained me 4 armor instead of possibly only 2. And again, I think the armor is worth a lot in this matchup. I have to play around every fucking secret in the game. Okay, well, it's a counter spell. It's counterspell I cry, right? Just in general. Of course it was fucking counterspell. What am I thinking? Actually, that's good. I didn't want him to have a secret, so I didn't really want the mad scientist to die here. Because then it just activates Conjurer, right? So the longer I can go without him having an active Conjurer, the better I'm off, in my opinion. Again, the fact that he's drawn 5 more cards than I have, and I'm the control deck, is kind of depressing, not gonna lie. Fuck. How do I win from here? I hope to God that's the second counterspell. I think it's the best way to win here. Well, it wasn't the second counterspell. I hate the fact that triggers after the spell resolves. Like, it actually tells me beyond fucking belief that triggers afterwards. Well, next, hopefully this isn't counterspell. Like, Mad Scientist is so good. Hopefully that's explosive runes actually, because now if he drops Conjure, well, he decided to become a fucking Christmas tree. So I proc the explosives with this. Well, I'm presuming one of these is explosive runes. Really? So that means it's Counterspell, Flame Ward, that. Right? That's kind of like all they can actually be. Yeah, so we just need to remember to play around the Counterspell. Unless, I mean, it could be another Netherwind, but... Oh, wait, no, normally one Counterspell gets replaced with another one, which means that's Flame Ward. I don't know what... The second one has to be a Counterspell, right? Because we checked for Explosive Runes, it wasn't that. Then we checked for... Yeah, it has to be, right? The only thing that makes sense in my head is that if it is another Counterspell. I wanted to get commit more to the board here, but I'm fucking terrified. Okay, so he is playing double Counterspell, which means he most likely only plays one Ruins. I can just go for like the proc the Ruins, play live. Proc the ward. It wasn't Flame Ward either. What the fuck? I'm so confused. I'm actually confused. What the fuck is this secret then? This one can be explosive runes. Is this one ice block? This one might be an ice block. Ice block is actually kind of good in that deck, huh? The more I'm thinking about it, it actually might be solid solely due to the fact that it's just another card that's like a little bit harder to deal with. So yeah, it might actually be like decent. This was gonna proc the other explosive rune most likely. Yeah. Oh, I should do this first. It just means he always has a secret up, no matter what. Or he's planning double Netherwind portal. The double Netherwind portal. That's weird. So this one has to be Flame Ward, which means he has to trade here. Which means it's hit. Because it should be the last secret in his deck. If he doesn't trade here, that's like an actual fucking grief. Okay, well. I proc the ward, and I wipe his board. Unless the 2-1 survives, I'm most likely coursing anything else that's alive. But yeah. Without secrets, the deck is so much less terrifying. Like, he has one more Fireball left, he has a Cloud Prince that does nothing, and he has a 5/5. And 2 4/4s. Like, 4/4s are much easier to deal with than 2 4/4s. Fun fact. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that deck no longer has secrets. Which means he just has so many dead cards. Both Conjurers are dead. Arcane, Flak Mage, that's useless. Medivh's Valet is a 2-mana 2/3. So it's basically River Crocolisk. Arcane Mystery also does nothing. He just committed suicide. Well, he just dies this turn. He dies to this. He dies to the start of his turn, no? No, not quite. But he does die to the Coldlight Oracle I'm holding in hand. So, I mean, that's a thing. Wow, we actually beat a matchup that I feel like is actually unwinnable. Yeah, the last card's in his hand is... Wait, does he not play Conjure? Or is he only running one Prince? I guess he's only running one Prince. The only thing that actually makes sense. There. Or maybe one Fireball, but two of those have to be Conjurers. Right? Just, like, logically, they both have to be. Like, I don't understand what you're doing playing that deck without Conjurers. In my opinion, that's, like, super wrong. soup. Like, it's like one of the best cards in the deck. Hey, but our win rate looks so much better today. 8 and 12, only down 4 games. I mean, yesterday we were only down 5, but 8 and 12 looks better than 5 to 10, I guess. It in my head, at least. Yeah, also, like, that win rate percentage is much higher, if I'm not mistaken. We were at, what, 33% yesterday? And now we're at 40%. 7% higher. Almost at that 50-50. Anyways, with that being said, though, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you guys did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, rep the gang, and I'll see you guys in the next one, where hopefully we continue getting these dubs. You know, we might actually hit legend. Maybe. Hopefully. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one, alright, guys? Peace.